The #1 player everyone forgot. Here's a question, chat. Short intro today. How can I forget about somebody I ain't never heard of before?
There once was a Geometry Dash player regarded as the best of the time. Everyone had their eyes on him. But strangely enough, after a series of terrible events, this player suddenly fell into obscurity.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Is this Doggy?
sugarcoat this one. It kind of sucked.
How did the #1 player become forgotten?
People forget to cherish him, though.
This is RG. He started by playing the game casually
I've never heard of RG, chat. Have you heard of RG?
and enjoyed the
Oh, I guess therein lies the title, the #1 player everyone forgot. Well, it would be you forgetting if you've been a part of the GD community for a while. I haven't been a part of the community, therefore I never forgot. But y'all may have forgot.
fun stuff it had to offer. He soon learned about the stats viewer on the Demon list, which ranked the best players in Geometry Dash. This would motivate him a ton to improve.
Because I loved climbing it and like having a growing portfolio.
Soon enough, he ranked around top 25 and gained a sizable audience. However, he'd be quickly overshadowed by
He was a prodigy before Space UK came in. Oh, nice.
a rising star.
Also, like the video, y'all. I'm already subscribed to Ender. If you're not subscribed to Ender, subscribe. Also, like and subscribe to me.
N-Switch was the fastest growing player at the time. He was beating level after level with record low attempt counts and had set his eyes on the
Sorry, I'm hiding my YouTube live sub counter. I realized it was covering the screen. I'm so bad, sorry.
#1 spot.
This is a cool little montage. Wow. Yeah, Ender's videos are great, man.
But being #1 wasn't enough for him. He wanted to complete the main list of the Demon list, which means beating the top 75 hardest levels.
Do y'all think I could beat the top 75 hardest levels someday? Be honest. You don't have to sugarcoat it.
This would
I can take it.
be the hardest challenge ever attempted in the game.
I saw a lot of maybes, one yeah, and a hell no. I'll take it.
However, after this monstrous feat, N-Switch grew less
Monstrous feat.
and less active.
I would guess that it just got repetitive. Obviously, when you have a position like that, like #1, you want to upkeep it, but maybe it just got boring, and if upkeeping it
Yeah.
becomes a chore, then like, what's the point of it if you're not enjoying it?
His #1 spot was now up for grabs. However, through his intense grind, the gap between him and anyone else was massive. Overtaking him would take tons of effort
I wonder who #2 was.
and would need
Not poop.
someone dedicated and determined enough. The second player to N-Switch, however,
RG?
was somebody you wouldn't expect.
Doggy.
RG. While
Yo, one of my
N-Switch was
guesses.
grinding, RG had been steadily gaining points and went from top 25 to one of the best. However, despite being #2, he didn't really have the confidence to think so highly of himself.
A lot of
Aw.
other top players, especially at certain eras of the game, they let me know that they didn't think I was as strong as them, which is fine. They're entitled to that opinion.
That's so
Do
mean.
you think there could have been any other factors that contributed to you being forgotten?
The thing is, I just kind of don't know. I'm not saying I'm like a helpless victim. It's an act of the devil or something. I'm sure I did make mistakes. I just don't particularly know what those mistakes were. I kind of just thought the achievement of getting #1 would speak for itself, because I feel like that's how most people sort of gain their platform, just through their achievement.
Is this video gonna like 1-2 me? Is it like baiting me into feeling sympathy for this guy, but it's gonna come out that he like did some kind of heinous act?
Passing N-Switch wasn't going to be easy, especially when RG
Or am I just super cynical?
he didn't even know if you could keep his #2 spot.
RG, when you hear this, don't hate me, but I genuinely did not think it would be him. I actually really thought it would be Speartex, and I think a lot of people did.
A new name has entered the battleground? Don't know it.
Speartex was a player who was gaining points fast. While they were behind RG by quite a few spots, if RG didn't pick up the pace,
Do people still care about point count? Like, I feel like in a lot of these videos we've watched, like, it's been like a badge of honor to get as high points as possible. Is that like still a thing in the GD community, or is that more of like ages past?
he'd lose his chance at the #1 spot. But contrary to what most would do in his position, he would take a different approach to grinding.
If you don't have fun playing, then you're just not going to keep playing. It's just that simple, really. And I think a reason why RG still plays is because he takes fun as a huge factor, and he makes all of his completions just like really fun experience by like making stupid like troll intros. Like, bruh.
Those intros are probably like the thing I'm most passionate about on my
I like Cool Gamer's answer. It's more like a good indicator, but not totally deterministic. I feel that.
channel.
By keeping a good attitude, the gap between him and N-Switch was shrinking. However, there was a flaw in RG's playing style.
Too many vibes?
I always interpreted a certain range of levels, like mostly the top 10, and I just interpreted them as like off limits for me. Like I haven't unlocked them yet.
I actually relate to that. I feel like I have a bit of a mental barrier in my mind for extreme demons currently, but I feel like any level or any echelon of level is just a level that you haven't played yet. Like, I know that, like, obviously difficulty can change within this game, but also I feel like the mental barrier of how the zeitgeist views these difficult levels is so much greater than just, like, actually trying to play them. I don't know how to make... Some of you are going to understand that, and some of you are just going to be like, no, dude, the levels are actually hard. And I'm like, I'm not saying they're not actually hard, but sometimes the cultural phenomenon, the power behind, like, how... a group of people views something in an intimidating way is much more powerful than the thing itself.
What made you go for a top 10, like, eventually?
I would say just preparation, or over preparation actually. The top 10 I'm thinking of that I did was Tartarus, and that took me like...
RG was strangely unconfident in beating top 10 levels. These would be necessary to pass N-Switch first, since they give tons of points which others would surely take advantage of. To overcome that, he'd build up his confidence by slowly working his way up there.
I can't do that one.
Crimson Planet was one of the first times I kind of said, fuck it, I need to do something harder than what I'm doing.
No way! No way!
Ooh. Spaghetti!
Another time I tried something really hard, and it was like the polar opposite experience because it was absolutely miserable. It
He applied for a job.
was like one of the first times where beating something hard really felt hopeless for me.
Wait, was I wrong?
However, something pretty crazy was about to happen.
Flyborg expected Canada.
Wow, Aeon Air looks so much younger here. I've lurked in a few of his streams. He looks so different.
RG? What?
Did you feel like you had done something wrong or weren't worthy for...
Definitely, and I remember like obsessively tracing my past to see where I had gone so wrong and like what mistakes I could have made. Why did I get so trampled in like the GD award votes, and why didn't I sort of build a name for myself? Because I mean, it is my responsibility at the end of the day.
Life's all about who you know and how you know them.
So I'm
You can hate it, it's just the way things go.
sure whatever regrets I have in this game, they come down to some sort of error by me.
Hey, so what's happening? Oh, is this alluding to Space UK? Or again, it feels like the edit is alluding that RG did something
It
bad.
has a low amount of attention
But maybe I'm misunderstanding.
at the time. I really wasn't expecting it, but to see the nomination made me extremely happy.
Getting nominated in the Geometry Dash Awards is something truly very special.
After the wave of shock passed, it was pretty incredible.
As the results they drew closer and closer, RG would get a whopping 2.6% of the votes.
Maybe it's a bit of a bummer, but
Bro's right.
I wasn't like blindsided by it.
I beat 7 minutes! What the f-
RG was picking up the pace. By beating level after level, his confidence was increasing.
Is his name RG because his name in real life is Archie? Like Archibald? Like, is there a little play on... I feel it's probably not, but I feel like that would be clever, no?
Let's go, baby!
Wait, W edit. Who's this little guy right here?
RJ was incredibly persistent, but Spirtex was catching up. It now started to seem less likely that RJ would be the first to overtake Enswish.
Thomas Echnical? Ah.
When Space started to initially grow and kind of get better and better and better, I was like, cool, another player to throw into the ring of everybody.
Unspeakable things.
On the stats viewer. But that being said, as he started to grow and grow super fast, I was like, okay, this guy is for real.
Space is popping off. Yay, Space. Space is a good. Space, how are you so cracked? It's because I hack. Obviously.
I don't know why. This specific scenario, I was so confident.
Yeah, dude, all the roads lead back to Space UK, man. It's every time. It's every video. Like, I get it. And I'm not going to get fully on my soapbox about it. But jeez Louise, bro. This guy really messed things up for everybody.
About either Speartex, Wolves, Space, or Crisis passing me at the very end.
Despite this, he wouldn't let that demotivate him. He still needed to build more confidence to attempt the top 1.
I love these montages.
Yes! Yes!
Getting Omega interface meant a ton to me.
Sorry.
It was time.
Time for what?
Over preparation, actually.
Do you think it's time he finally takes on Club Step Chat?
I was sort of scared of being top 10.
RG did it! He beat the hardest level in the game, but it slowly started to feel like everything was happening slightly too late.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
I think it is a fair feeling that I kind of feel a bit forgotten when people say that, because, like, that's kind of what is happening there. Especially since, even for people who do remember that it was me, certain details of it have been lost.
Wait, so is this straight up like he's just forgotten because he ain't got like a big YouTube following? Is it really just like the whole point of this video is just like bro didn't get enough people watching him on YouTube and therefore everybody just moved on?
Lost in time, just because of how, I guess, the situation just fizzled out.
Because if so, that's messed up, in my opinion.
It had been over a year and a half since Enswish ascended to the top. His reign was coming to a close.
When you were like very close and you were like, maybe there is a chance I could do this, what did it like mean to you to try to become #1 on the stats viewer?
It meant, like, everything, because it was like the culmination of everything I'd done in the game.
But then,
Я прошел.
Spirtex surpassed RG. All hope seemed lost. He was only 6 points away from passing Enswish.
I actually really thought it would be Speartex.
Vacation, bro, lock in! This will
An
die!
opportunity appeared. Spirtex had gone on vacation. He wouldn't be able to play for the next week. This was perfect for RG. He had gotten a chance. He just needed one more level to tip the scale.
Lock in, RG! Get that 59% new best! Oh my god, I think he's gonna do 6-7!
Everyone was very supportive, and it was nice, because it kind of made up for the confidence I didn't have. I don't have all the time in the world to just die.
Why is it everywhere, bro?
It was just so insane having an achievement that nobody else had. Like, an achievement that was higher than literally everyone else.
W
And by
song.
above everything else, I mean, like, number one's above number two and such. Not the best achievement in the game. I'm not narcissistic, but it was still just so cool.
He did it. He passed End Switch.
Oh, he didn't get to number one by cheating and then rub it in the face of every other person in the community. Like, you will never get this. You will never get this. Huh. Man, if someone ever did that and then they were outed for cheating, I would think that they were a pile of human garbage.
The best player of all time. But as the days passed, it seemed like this victory wouldn't last very long. This player came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he was threatening to take RG's spot.
He went from formidable to sort of terrifying, like, suddenly.
RG knew deep down he stood no chance. Three weeks. A measly 3 weeks is how long RG was number one. Everyone's eyes suddenly shifted from him to Space UK.
I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this one. It kind of sucks.
Like, do you all start to understand the actual impact of Space UK's actions when you see the other sides to the story? Look, you can't teach other people empathy, but it's just not as simple as, what's the big deal? Space UK cheated and now he's going back and playing through the levels and he didn't cheat. Like, y'all are not able to understand the full nuance and impact of a situation, and it just shows, dude. It wasn't just a simple, yeah, bro cheated, now he doesn't cheat. What's the big idea?
Because after so much build-up from me getting the top spot, it felt like I just kind of fizzled out. Not my best moment.
Perhaps, though, the strangest feeling of them all was that his motivation, the fun he focused so hard on having, wasn't there anymore.
It took me a bit longer to realize that I wasn't having any fun and I was just doing it because of my schedule. And then I had to, like, look back and be like, what
Another freaking hard worker casualty, bro. It's sad.
the hell am I doing? This is like a chore.
The 2021 Geometry Dash Awards would also eventually come by and RG got nominated. However, all that was puny compared to Space UK's dominance.
Did you feel like you had done something wrong or weren't worthy for the number one spot when you got overtaken so fast?
Definitely, and I remember, like, obsessively tracing my past to see where I had gone so wrong and, like, what mistakes I could have made.
Yes, dude! I did that one! I did that one!
I would call this the largest scale hacking scandal we've ever seen in this game.
Everything else was hacked, and it was not a super complicated method.
All roads lead back.
First, I was, like, straight up in denial because I was, like, just so blasé and chill about it. I was like, yeah, this isn't a big deal. And then, obviously, after a bit, I realized, oh, wait, no, this is a lot bigger than that.
If I seem like I'm underreacting, I already did, like, my huge crash out about Space UK in my reaction videos for Space UK. If you want to see the full encompassing of my emotions behind how I feel about this, watch those videos, because I can't keep rehashing it, bro.
Nobody could believe their eyes. The best player was cheating for years. So much of Geometry Dash history messed up. So many players hurt. But sadly, hardly anyone realized how much this affected RG. He got overtaken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like most people are pretty, especially gamers who are chronically online. Let me read a few of you to filth. I don't think all of you are like this, but especially in gaming communities, people can be pretty callous, man. They can be pretty non-compassionate and not very empathetic, because some people, especially people who hide away in video games, think that sharing their emotions and having emotions makes them less of a man. And that's bad. It's bad to view emotions and, like, feeling bad for others as, like, something that attacks your masculinity. It's, like, really bad. So that's why I feel like a lot of people are just, like, the way they view the Space UK situation, just like, well, no, he doesn't cheat anymore, so it's fine. It's because their brains aren't capable of being like, well, how would you feel if you were a top player who was spending, like, all of your free time and effort trying to become the best, and then this guy, like, came along and just, like, messed up your whole perspective on what you thought was going on, and then just to find out that he was cheating the whole time, how much more hollow that made you feel afterwards. Like, you know, let's but again, I say all this, but it's impossible for people who don't possess the capacity of empathy and human understanding to be able to extend that to others, especially if they can't extend it to themselves.
So fast by Space UK that people forgot that he was the one who dethroned the beast that was Enswish. On top of that, he could have stayed much longer on the top. Space UK had killed his motivation and confidence. Would he even be able to get over this?
I'm not really sure if I thought number one would help with self-confidence, but I can surely say that it didn't help with it. As for me, I do think I would have definitely been much better off without him, especially since part of the reason I got so demotivated was because of him, because he passed me so fast. I'm not saying I'm like a helpless victim, it's an act of the devil or something. I'm sure I did make mistakes. I just don't particularly know what those mistakes were.
How often do you think about this whole thing?
I didn't know this was a Space UK video. I thought that this was going to be a video about the number one player everyone forgot, and then as with most Geometry Dash videos, it turns into them talking about Space UK.
Probably too much. It's kind of like an itch that won't go away because I think about it a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to get over it until I have like a new form of like achievement and self-actualization.
As time went on, he eventually managed to beat every single level.
Yeah, man. I got blindsided by surprise. Oops, it's all Space UK GD video. That happens to us sometimes with GD videos. I was hoping that this would be, you know what? Shout out RG Ender. Thank you for highlighting RG's story. I guess daily, weekly, monthly, whatever reminder you need. I don't mess with Space UK. I don't stand by his actions, and yeah, I don't like him. And I'm not gonna get baited by people who are just like, "What's the big I y'all know where I stand. That's where I stand, and I'm not going to be compelled any other way. I think what Space UK did to this game and its community is unforgivable. Therefore, I will not forgive him. I'm new to the community, so that's how you know I have a bit more of an outside perspective on it. I've been playing the game for 3 months. Some of y'all are blinded by your parasocial relationship to this guy. I'm not. Guy did very bad things, manipulated a lot of people. It's deplorable. Some people deserve to just be forgotten by time. W video ender. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like. And best of luck to all of you watching right now. Try to be the top one, but do it by the proper means. Work hard like RG. Do your best. And yeah, and sometimes crap's going to happen. That's probably going to make you feel defeated. And clearly we can see none of it was RG's fault. It's sad. But W video as always. Thanks for the recommendation. I'll catch you in the next one. Did you like that? Don't even pretend like you didn't. You made it that far in the video. Well, did you know that I stream Monday through Friday on Twitch and YouTube, and you could catch me live and get to be a part of the experience when it happens? Also, if you don't care about that, or otherwise you want to see more of the video that you just watched, link in the description to watch the full VOD. Do that, please. I have a black eye because I play basketball sometimes. Bye. Oh,